This one I'm going to try and do quickly. So yesterday's video, gold was at the time, it was in the morning, red, kind of at low of day. And I still said, look, this is your support zone. It could go a bit lower, 3,100, but this is strong bounce ascending support. And then I also covered the fact that it was possible that by the open we'd be green already. I didn't think it would really happen, but I was hoping for it to be red so I could buy more stocks. And I was looking to buy some stocks pre-market, gold and sil possibly silver mining shares, but I was more into gold seniors. I love the gold seniors. And it's also quite a defensive play because if gold then really flushes and takes me by absolute surprise, then you can start getting more aggressive and adding to the medium gold stocks. And then if it goes even more, then silver stocks, actually. But anyway, that's never going to happen. And what happened in the end? Well, gold just had a very, very strong day, closed at high of day. The gold stocks were green. I was expecting a big, well, I say big, but -2 or 3% day, which actually is quite a big drop for miners, even though gold would be down like 2%. And we've seen miners pretty much match gold on the way down. They're just really outperforming, catching up sort of day by day, I would say. So yeah, by the close, you got gold very strong today, just a small retracement, nothing special. It's basically the perfect candle, for reversal. So now we could just drift a bit lower, but pretty much I expect to hold this sort of zone. This support is now gone. This one I think still counts because the open and the close of the candles are still there, and it's a nice, I don't know. It just looks like it still holds. But the real support is this ascending support, which has definitely done its job. So gold sideways until we break back out and retest 3,440. That's the level. You close above that. There is no, yeah, there's your little 3,500, obviously, but it'll go straight through that. So really, you've got 3,400 and whatever, 40 on the upside. And the downside, you pretty much got 3,100 support, if I can say that. So gold did very well. So I was just a bit upset. I wanted to add even more, but it is what it is. Can't complain about making money. Silver did well too. Pretty much the same candle. Came down, touched perfectly the last low. It was really nice to see actually the support doing its thing. That's irrelevant now. So for me, the resistance is pretty much this descending. You could also, let's be honest, you can see this one here, these three candles will do that. So when you break out of this, it'd be good to confirm it by breaking above this, like closing on a daily candle above this, then you go straight through. I mean, if you close above this line here, I think you're going to take this one out. And if you're going to take this one out on the daily close, you're definitely going to test this. You're not going to break this. You're going to sort of hit it, the ceiling, go sideways, and then you're probably going to break out. Depends what gold's doing. But it's looking good, but it's not confirmed. But I like it. Gold and silver look good. Let's look at the miners. GDXJ. Wow, this chart looks a bit crazy actually. I need to clean it up. But I mean, I did say the ascending support trying to match golds, it was way too far away because the miners are stronger than gold. Just a little bit, right? I mean, gold was sort of touching its ascending. It's true that gold was going down whilst the stocks were closed, right? And by the time they opened, gold was green, but you can see that they're way off their ascending support. So that's good to see. We closed a high of day. That's good to see. I'm just gonna readjust. That's now your low. But I think today, if we have a small down day, nothing special, little -1%, definitely not testing the lows. But on the way up, yeah, you've got this little mid-tier resistance. This one here, definitely, that's your important one. That's your 3,000. What was it, 440? You close above that, it's pretty much guaranteed you're gonna make new highs. Don't need that. It's very obvious. So miners look good. We've had a nice drop. Okay, this is GDXJ. It's been about 15-20%. I mean, it's all about individual stocks because I own the stocks. I don't own the miners ETFs, but they're obviously a good barometer. GDX is good too. You can see, let's readjust that. That one actually went lower. GDX went lower than GDXJ. And I think that's because gold went lower than silver, actually. Gold really was, I mean, gold's outperformed silver for years, right? But silver's kind of up there with the markets a bit. It came down with gold, and we're starting to see gold and silver move together a bit more. But it's really gold that came down more. Um, but anyway, not much difference. Here we closed at high of day-ish. That's your new support. We'll probably just drift lower, and we'll see how high we can get. We've got this little gap. So you've got the pre-gap, post-gap resistance. I'm not going to bother putting it there. I don't expect too much today. So let's just see. But I'm looking forward to the next pump because I have I have re-injected some capital into the miners, so I'm quite happy to see them go up now too. SIL, there's your support. It never took it out. That's nice. Good. Close that little gap. Today we'll see sideways. It could even end up going up. Who knows? Gold could end up being green again by the time we open. If we go red, I don't expect to go further down, so we'll just drift. We're definitely not taking out support. So nothing special, just the sideways day expected today. But keep it simple. There's your resistance, there's your support. Finding SILJ, that was pretty good. That's actually the perfect candle. Could have been higher and better, but that's a close of high of day. Didn't even touch its support. That was a bit surprising. Still J not being as weak as the other ones. But yeah, it's a pretty good day. Very quickly, the portfolio update. Newmont, yeah, looks good. Close of high of day. Never got down to this ascending. I actually had one more buy for Newmont. That's a bit of a shame. Didn't get to it, but that goes. Um, that was kind of obvious. Barrick Gold. I bought that yesterday, right? I was buying that. No, sorry. I think I bought here, and then actually yesterday after hours I bought again. I was revisiting the chart 1761 at the. It was like 2 hours after the close. I just thought, yeah, no, let's add more. And then, well, anyway, it's kind of the same thing as where we are now. The difference between 1761 and 18 is nothing. So I added a bit more because now Barrack is worth more than Newmont. Actually, it's worth a decent amount. So if we go up from here, I'd be very happy. I may readjust the ascending and cheat a little bit. It's a bit too much of a cheat. Whatever, I have to readjust anyway. So here's your support now. Obviously, we've got this one here, down here, but I still think we're just going to sort of drift sideways today. Nothing special. Definitely not going to go down close below 1750. But I don't know how much higher we'll go. But that's pretty cool. It's weaker than the other seniors, but it's a very good buy, and that's why I added to it. Nico Eagle, yeah, I added to it like 2 days ago when it was down here. It's worth a lot in my portfolio, so I'm not bothered that I didn't buy again at the low of day or whatever yesterday. So that looks like it wants to reverse. That's really nice. All right, blue candle, it drops more because it has to. The sector's gone down, the gold's gone down. Um, but it's kind of like a doji. And next day again, close at high of day with there. Today I expect us to be green, despite gold being red. And then if you zoom out, it's perfect ascending support. Very, and we know the stock's perfect. So this one just looks like it wants to beast its way back all the way up. But that will take gold to rally too. So next is Pan American Silver, like this one. Nice candles, come down a lot. This Mag Silver merger or whatever. I don't know too much about it, don't care. I like both stocks, own both stocks. This has a long way to go back up, and I can't wait because it will. So I don't think we're going to test this support or anything. So I look forward to that one rising again. It's time to watch silver a bit more. I feel like silver might do a move that no one expects. I don't know if it needs the markets to do anything for that or if it can start moving up regardless of the markets. It'd be good to see how the markets and gold relate to silver now, because I feel like the markets might not matter as much, and they're starting to move more with gold as they should, as they used to. Wheaton closed a high of day. Look how much it's already bounced back to old support, so that might be a small resistance. We'll see. But if gold goes up, Wheaton follows gold quite well. Very happy now. Wheaton is worth a lot more than it used to. I wanted my royalties to be worth as much as my seniors. I don't know if I covered that enough, but Wheaton and Franco-Nevada, those two, I wanted them to be worth as much as Newmont, Agnico, Barrick, and Pan America, and they were worth like 66% of them, and now they're worth like 90%. So I'm happy about that. During this drop, I've sort of added more to Wheaton and Franco compared to the other seniors, and now they're all worth kind of the same amount. So that's nice, especially after this little move. That's 3% yesterday in Wheaton. That's nice. Also was gonna, would have been a very, very strong ascending support, but never got there. None of them really got there except Barrick, I believe, out of the seniors. Franco, all right, there's your new support. Close a hive day. Nice, sort of perfect 3 day drop. One, two, three has to go down. Doji. Some of the strong ones have the same sort of chart. They have got that doji reversal. And there you got close a hive day. Candle over candle. And then up we go. Probably up here. Price support. Test that. We need gold to act favorably, but I think these two levels are pretty clear. Obviously, the high. So I look forward to the move back in Franco-Nevada. And if I'm surprised and gold sort of drifts sideways and next week we go down and flush and now we're so be it. The thesis has not changed. I just get them cheaper. My portfolio will take a small dent, but cash on the sidelines is nice and strong because I sold so much on the way up. Even after this drop, I've got still a decent amount on the sidelines. So I'm prepared for both scenarios. I still think we're going to go back up a bit more than where we are. Metalla, again, I am not adding to Metalla. Yes, it's down. If it goes all the way down, if I'm surprised we go down to like 260s, I'll be adding, and it's the only place I add Metalla. I just don't like Metalla anymore. It's too disappointing. I mean, you know what we've done in gold. What the hell are we doing down here with Metalla? So this pump was nice. I sold into it. I could have sold more. I think I bought a bit too much on the way down, but sort of I sold that. And at this point, I started to realize, where to buy, where to sell. So this one I'm still holding. We'll see. Next, I'm sticking with the gold stocks. Aris Mining, very nice, very strong. Sort of makes sense that it had this candle. Not interested in adding back to Aris Mining unless we come honestly, unless we flush like $5, it's just way too high. I still think we're going to go up, 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 660, and then we'll see because it starts to get crazy after that. It's already done way more than I thought it would, despite gold's rally. But I'm waiting for a 660 sell. I'm not selling here. I've already sold at $6, and it's not worth that much anymore because I've sold into this move. So my next sell will be 660 if we get there, and then we'll see. But my next buy is going to be below 5. So for now, I'm holding this. I am gold. This one I added to. I am gold and Equinox are my two mid-tier gold stocks that I'm adding to. I am gold's come down. I think it's like 20% from its high. More, Jesus. Yeah, yeah, I've added to that one for sure. So I forgot where I've added. I added the last 2 days, like two tranches, two nibbles, but it's become a decent amount. I still want it to be, and I wanted it to be worth more yesterday, but then since this move, it's kind of worth what I wanted it to be worth. That's how much value my nibbles are. Like going down from 612 to 630 is a nibble's worth, if you know what I mean. It's like the value of a nibble, the difference between the mine value between yesterday and today. Yeah, if gold goes up, this will definitely move back up, and if it does, it'll start to be worth a decent amount. So, and if I'm wrong, we go that down. That's my next level, 540 and 5, and then I'll be adding. I like the stock, and it's performed very, very well, and it does with gold. You can rely on it, so that's nice. Equinox also has come down. Let's cheat, move this down here. Nice candles, especially that one there. That was a nice reversal. I would have expected a bit better yesterday, but I think Equinox long term has no problems going to new highs. So very happy to buy under 6 when I think it's going to be 8 in a few weeks. So and I've added to it. So now these two are worth kind of the same amount. I mean, I might as well tell you the amounts. It's like the seniors, Newmont, Significant, they're all 6K, and the royalties are pretty much just under 6K. They used to be worth like 4.5. And then these guys are worth like 3.5, 4. That's how I value the mid tiers. And then all the crazy silver stocks are like 3. So this is after like years of owning them. That's the kind of balance. I'm not going to tell you how much my portfolio is worth, but that's the kind of way that's the value I assign these types of stocks. The safer ones, the senior and the royalties being the safer ones, and then the mid tiers being more volatile, but they're still safe. Like Equinox and IMGold are still safe. And then even the silver stocks, I'm not owning random. The juniors are out of the picture, but even the silver stocks, Agnico, Fortuna, Curl, Dalen, these are well-established names for years, so they're not exactly crazy, risky ones, but still, I just prefer to assign them basically half the value of the gold seniors. All right, that's Equinox B2 Gold, which I consider, let's be honest, it's kind of a senior gold stock, but I put it in rank with the mid tiers. And I didn't add, this is a bit like Metalla. I'll add if it comes down here because the jurisdictional geopolitical issue, I just feel like it doesn't deserve the same value as IM Gold and B2 Gold. So I just sort of left it, left it. If we go back up, cool, resistance is relatively obvious. If we go back up to 350, I don't even know if I'll sell because I've already sold that. Maybe I do. And if we start to break out, cool. If we break down, I'll add pretty much 260, just like Metalla, same numbers. So that's just a hold. SBSW is just a hold. This is a crazy stock. The chart's crazy. It follows the markets, general commodities, gold, silver. It goes every which way. I'm just holding. It's not worth as much as anything that I've covered so far. But if it starts to break out, it starts to be worth a lot very quickly. If it breaks down, it's lost a lot of value very quickly. And then I probably will add to it around low 320s because that's clear support. And even if we flush, it's still worth buying around here. Right, let's go to the silver stocks very, very quickly. First Majestic, trying to find a bit of a bottom. Silver was up yesterday. I would have expected a bit more from First Majestic. I think they're just all waiting for confirmation. This is super cheap though. And I think they recently had earnings that were pretty good. So I don't really understand why it's still after so many days just holding down here. Zoom out perspective, we are very, very low. Imagine we make a move to 20s. Like you could retire if you put a decent amount in this. But again, I'm keeping it. I've been here a long time. I still think we're gonna break out, but I'm still holding what I've got. Although it's probably worth adding a bit more if silver's not gonna break down. But I need a few more days to be more confident of that. So I'm happy just holding what I've got. To be honest, a breakdown to 520 is not that much of a breakdown. So if we really break down, it'll probably go to 460. That's an add, no matter what's going on. All right, next one. So that's just a hold. They're all a hold. I was gonna buy silver stocks if we went down yesterday. We didn't, so I didn't. I didn't add to any silver stocks. Fortuna also sideways, not as good as I thought. It's just a hold. Let's see what happens to Fortuna and to silver stocks in general. Next one, CDE. This one is gonna pump back up again. I know it. And this actually doesn't count as support anymore. This is holding. All right, so your new support is around here. You can see the last 3, 4 days. That's like your low area, but I want to see what happens to silver. That's your new resistance. I want to see what happens to silver, but I'm pretty sure if there's any move up in silver, this just wants to break 8, so that would be good. This is worth a lot. It's worth like 50% more than all the other silver stocks because it was already worth more here, and then we've had this pump, so forget about it. It's worth a lot. Heckler weak down at the lows. Disappointed. I expected silver. Also, we had this bad earnings, so that kind of makes sense. This one a bit like First Majestic, probably going to go down if silver goes down to new lows, like new recent lows. So this one, I'm not adding to it, even though we're at absolute cheap levels. Zoom out, you can get this one around 4 or lower. So I'm very happy adding to these big gold stocks, whilst the silver stocks are basically underperforming. It's perfect, actually. You're making money in the gold stocks. You trim them and you add the silver stocks after the silver stocks have made new lows. It's really I'm quite liking the moves recently. EXK, I was thinking that one also was weak, like Fortuna, like Heckler. Sorry, like First Majestic, like Heckler, but actually had a decent day yesterday, and it's looking pretty strong. Even on this day where it came down, it pumped up high at one point and then came all the way back down. I feel like the market feels like it's quite cheap now. But again, silver's not giving me that confidence to add to it just yet. And it's already worth a decent amount, but it could also go lower. Mag Silver, a bit like CD, had very good news, come down because of everything that's happened in the sector, but it's finding support already now, and that one also could make new highs. So that's it. So for me, gold stocks doing very well. It just you gotta watch gold and silver. I don't expect anything crazy today. But gold stocks are strong, silver stocks are weak, if I can generalize. And I'm very happy because my gold stocks are worth a lot more. So sell one, buy the other. All right, good luck. Let's see what happens out there today.